What's happening, savages? This is Immortal Coil, your future minister of whiskey mysticism. Revolution is my name. It is November the 4th, 2020, 6:43 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And with me are the other savages, the misfits. Below me, we got Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective. How are we doing tonight, Tommy?
Weak. Damn translator again. Hey, yo, what's going on, people, man? Hey, Random Brad, it's good to see you, buddy. Make sure that you go ahead and you share this thing out. People need to know about this. They need to show up. They need to support Mortal Coil. They need to support Fat Steven Seagal. Y'all need to bring people in here. Make sure you pass the word along. I know I've done it. I'm trying to send the Guinea Pig Collective out there to nibble off some toes and get some suckers in here before we got to go and get hostile on their asses. But seriously, it's good to see you here. And for those of you that are going to be watching this later on, what up? Why ain't you here, bitches?
The hardest working moderator. And then to my right, we have the one, the only, the Fat Steven Seagal. How you doing tonight, sir? He is taking a shit.
Steven, pull the donut out of your mouth, man. It's time to speak.
You got to unmute yourself, kid. All right, he's truly taking a shit.
Oh my God, I am so sorry. I didn't realize I was talking the whole time.
All right, so
I'd like to say right now I am blonde, so it was one of those moments. But I'm fat, and Steven, and a seagull, but not all at once.
Selectively
Fat. Yes, that's what I appropriate fat culture. Past the gluten. Yeah,
Well, I appreciate you guys joining me. You definitely are some characters, and most appropriate for the savage perspective. The show where beer fear us, and men want to be us, and women want to reproduce with us. So.
No, they want to pet. They want to pet me. I don't know.
They do. They want to pet your guinea pig. Very.
Steven, I'd like to thank Steven again for showing up and joining us tonight. You know, you really rounded out this panel.
Thank you for the fat joke. Can I have a channel link so I can see who I'm talking to right now? Because I'm about to run it. This is gonna be like one of these interventions, and my ex-girlfriend's gonna show up and like, "Hey, you owe me money." I'm like, "Yeah, you owe me my dignity."
Good luck finding those. Yeah. Well, shit. So, you say you don't have a channel, but you have been making the rounds in the Fandom Menace lately.
Oh, can we get off the fat jokes, please? Seriously, round, gravitate, full
gravitas. Yeah,
you're gonna signal Richard Simmons. He's gonna come after me and spit like the oldies.
Oh yeah, he has his own Nika action figure now. Did you know?
Does he really? What's it called?
It's called Steven. What's the oldies? Yeah, but seriously, you've been popping up in the chats and many of the Fandom Menace channels. Do you have any plans on perhaps creating your own channel?
I don't really know. It's like I have ideas, but everyone already has that type of idea. I'm comfortable where I am. I would like to do a show. I'm thinking about a fat council, but it would need a lot of insulin.
Well, I think you should definitely roll that thought around in your head for a while.
Okay, if you make one more Indiana Jones joke, I'm gonna hurt you. But no, for me, it's like right now, I actually am having a lot of fun just helping out Lorena Creel because she's a great person to work with, and the fact that I'm working without getting paid in money, only food, which sucks because I'm not fat yet. She's great to work with, and I have fun trying to score the people for the interviews, right? Because I don't know, I like dealing with people, and if I can help someone else, that's good enough for me right now, right? I don't want to put myself on the spot.
Well, you know what? If you aren't fat enough already, you do have the ability to work on it.
If you even say my belly is a platform, I'm going to hurt you.
Well, I don't have to. You already took care of that for me.
Yes, but you were thinking it.
Right.
Thank you, Cole. Can I seriously have the channel link? I'm not joking.
The channel link for me?
No, the other person who's streaming our show. Yes.
I know, right? Yeah. Well, I have a big disgusting
thank you for having me.
Yeah, no worries, man. Again, it's we're, you know, we all, like Stephen likes to say, Stephen Walton, we were born in the, you know, chats of the High Council and all that kind of shit. So, you know, it's
You make it sound like the Osmonds, but more inbred.
pretty much. Yeah, pretty
Nice.
much.
Has
So-
anyone ever noticed that Steven sounds like a TV evangelist when he goes on one of those rants?
Oh yeah, he does. He's like, hey, give me money, and I will tell you about how Kathleen Kennedy fucked all of us in the ass while we slept.
I keep waiting for maybe like a Tammy Faye Baker to come out of retirement and start sponsoring them or something.
I'm more expecting like Dolly Parton to come out of nowhere and start singing one of her songs like kind of religiously, like Straight Talk, you know?
God, you know how cool it would be if we could get Dolly to come on and sing the Walton's Brew theme.
Yeah. I can get one of her breasts to come on. The other one can't get on the stage. It's just not enough space.
Yeah. Well, as we all know, Dolly Parton is a huge fan of my show.
Yeah,
Actually,
sure she is.
we got one person watching. That's probably her. Either that or my mom. My
mom. Where's my allowance?
Exactly. Well, so before we launch into stuff, over the weekend we lost James Bond, Sean Connery, and I found, I know we found a couple of kind of Star Wars more related moments. Sean Connery, of course, played Dr. Jones, Indy's father, in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and then he was in a picture in Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, the movie that we won't mention because it tarnishes my good face.
He was also in the Highlander, where they hired a Frenchman to play a Scotsman and a Scotsman to play a Spaniard.
Yes, and he was also in a movie called Zardoz. Did you guys ever see that one?
I remember.
No, I haven't seen it, but I will tell you this, Immortal, and this is going to be probably an unpopular opinion. While the Crystal Skull was nowhere near the first movie, because I really didn't care for the second movie as much. I liked Crusade. I liked the first one. The second one was It was just all right. I didn't mind the Crystal Skull, believe it or not. I didn't mind it. It had its problems, but I thought overall it still at least kind of felt like an Indiana Jones movie. Like if you take like Star Wars and put that next to the originals and the prequels, it does not feel like Star Wars, this shit from Disney. At least when you took the Crystal Skull and put it next to the other movies, it did kind of feel like an Indiana Jones movie, at least to a degree.
Well, that's what trips me out. So I've been into Crystal Skulls for a long fucking time, and my avatar is the Mitchell Hedges Crystal Skull. And so when I heard that Indiana Jones is going to be fucking around with them, I was like, oh, geez, maybe they'll get into some of the lore and talk about some of the things. But then it just turned into aliens. And I was like, that's fucking Steven Spielberg's fault right there.
Well, you know what? I think if they would have took that in a different direction, if they would have had a little bit better of a backstory behind it instead of just going with the alien, because you got to remember at the time when this came out, that was the height of all the alien craze. That's when you started seeing all these shows like Hangar One and the what was the one with that guy Giorgio with the hair? Oh God.
I don't know, man.
The alien conspiracy show that he was doing.
Oh, Ancient Aliens.
Yes, Ancient Aliens.
Fucking,
like all those things were popping up all over the place. So it was at the height of that. So I mean, it is kind of understandable why they went that route, because they're trying to capitalize on what's popular at the time. But at the same time, they could have did so much more with it and made it even better. I mean, maybe if they would have went a different route instead of the aliens, people wouldn't have minded it quite as much. Now, granted, that one scene in the very beginning is absolute horseshit, because there's no way he would have survived in that refrigerator if he got tossed by a nuclear bomb.
Right.
But you know what? I mean, taking that aside, it still felt like an Indiana Jones, because there was a lot of ridiculous stuff in the first one that he shouldn't have been able to survive either, and he did. So, I mean, that's why I say I didn't mind it as much.
We got somebody knocking on the door. It's my good buddy, the Rookie Critic. How you doing tonight, sir?
Holy
Hello
shit! Another famous person.
Hello there, children.
Rookie, hide your cookies. This guy will eat them all.
Oh, that's
Okay.
cool.
You
That's
know
cool.
what?
I ain't on
I'm
shit.
gonna mushroom slap you with the Krispy Kreme on the tip of my dick. That's what's gonna happen.
Nice. Very nice.
Just picture that for a minute. Yeah.
Well, Rookie, you're very famous for not seeing movies. Have you seen Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
No.
Indiana who and the what? No, just kidding.
Exactly.
Yeah, yes, I have.
Okay. Were you impressed with the aliens or no?
Well, I mean, I'm not a huge Indiana Jones fan in the first
They
place.
were
I didn't really
transdimensional beings. Let's get it right.
That is true.
It was very bizarre in general, the way they went about it. I think that Aliens itself would have been fine, but the way they did it, oh my God. No. Because in a way, aliens or ancient, alien history you could possibly present it in a cool way, but wow, they went to another dimension with that one, as you said.
Literally. Yeah. Well, and it's funny because I wanted to believe a couple years ago that they were trying to prep us for first contact. Like, in science, they're showing all these habitable zones and we're discovering Earth-like planets. But, they probably picked up the TV signal from Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and they're like, that's what they think of us? Yeah, fuck these guys.
And we've been barricaded. We've been barricaded from interacting with them for a while now. Bro.
I wanted to test a theory. You know how Indy got in that fridge, right? And he was protected from the nuclear blast. I wonder if I actually sat in a fridge for all of 2020, would I be immune to COVID?
Well, you could survive.
No, I couldn't.
As long as you're 6 feet apart.
You know what I wonder
from my fridge. What do you think I do to my fridge? What the hell is it?
I mean, that's
turning from a fat guy into a pervert.
That's between. Well, I mean, I don't believe you could fit into your fridge.
I like your ice tray. Come here.
Do you think you could survive a nuclear blast in the subway retarder, Rook?
I mean,
I've had Taco Bell.
Yeah, you have to retard the bread. I learned that. I actually worked at Subway for about 10 minutes.
Exactly. That's what I say. The retarder is probably the funniest equipment name that we have. Yes.
Oh yes. So George Lucas also paid tribute to Sean Connery. He says, Sir Sean Connery, through his talent and drive, left an indelible mark in cinematic history. His audiences span generations. With each of the favorite roles he played, he will always hold a special place in my heart as Indy's dad. With an air of intelligent authority and sly sense of comedic mischief, only someone like Sean Connery could render Indiana Jones immediately into boyish regret or relief through a stern fatherly chiding or rejoiceful hug. I'm thankful for having had the good fortune to have known and worked with him. My thoughts are with his family. So he goes on and George Lucas, whether or not you agree with his decision to sell his beloved IP to the evil mouse.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Defilers.
Yeah. But really, could anybody else play Indy's dad? I don't think so.
Christopher Lambert could, because he's such a good Frenchman. He could play a Spaniard.
He really could.
Christopher Lee, maybe, but he's no.
I want Christopher Lambert because he was also Raiden, right? So all he had to do is electrocute the Germans.
Oh yeah,
Christopher Lambert, right?
But he has to pretend that he's Raiden still.
There was actually something that I found that was actually it's kind of like sad in a way when you think about it. But his wife actually says that in his final years or whatever that he was suffering through dementia.
I read that too. Yeah, I found a picture of him where he has like a big fucking Santa beard and he's not quite there.
Not quite.
He's not quite there.
In the land of Sean Connery, they shall name a planet after me.
Yes. I tell you the actual. Now this is actually ironic, unlike that song and its lyrics. But the ironic thing is that he passes away, and not even a week after he passes away, I seen a news report today where they're talking about a new drug that's supposed to help people that suffer through dementia and Alzheimer's.
Oh, God damn it. They were probably waiting for him to go.
Yeah, I can give Sean Connery the benefit of the doubt. Like, he is an OG Scotsman, old-timey Scotsman, and it's Sir Connery if you're going to get it, because he is Sir. And honestly, you don't have people like that anymore who can still not give a fuck and still provide good acting and good roles. And I don't care if he had dementia or not, he still is James Bond. He is still Sean Connery. He's still part of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. He is the man.
He's immortal.
50 yeses and always means no.
That's right.
Or was it Family Guy? 50 knows mean yes. Yes, I got it back. I just got to stop drinking.
Well, the most impressive thing about Sean Connery is if you think of a conch shell, that's how Sean Connery says cunt.
Yeah.
It's your conch.
Oh, indeed, yes.
Yes. Well, so I want to say hail to Random Brad Creator. He has
Thanks for the
recently,
channel filing. Thank you.
yes, he has recently been knighted as one of the wrenches on this channel alongside Tommy. Tommy's taking a break from well, you're not even taking a break from the wrench. You're just kind of featured.
Well, I'm just kind of tapped out with the equipment that I have up here. I have a halfway semi-working laptop and a phone, so trying to drop links from that is. Plus, I don't have all my pages of links and everything. So
Then we also have Bruce Lombardo. Hail the Phantom Menace, rich with common sense and logic.
What's
we
up,
hope
Bruce?
so, sir.
Why does
Yes.
Bruce's picture remind me of that guy that had the van of free candy last week in my house?
He's looking
wait,
at
shit,
you.
My mic's on. Shit, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that, Bruce. I really didn't mean that. I love you and your candy.
We appreciate you guys showing up. I'm actually sitting outside, so if you hear rain or thunder or police sirens, that's just me.
I associate it with you anyway, sure.
Okay, honestly,
I tell you, I'm really hoping for no more rain up here for a while because
I
unfortunately,
had snow.
working in my father's house, he didn't take care of the house, so it's got a few leaks. So I got to sit there with buckets and catch everything, so the house doesn't catch on fire.
Are you when are you starting to box things up and ship them back to your place, or is that haven't been precedent
Well,
yet?
I've actually been going through things when I'm actually showing some of those pictures. When I do send them around, those are things that I'm getting ready to wrap up. They're like the highlights of the day. I don't actually take pictures of every single thing I find because I found an awful lot of shit.
I know. I still call dibs on that Darth Vader.
Oh, what, that statue, that mini statue?
Yeah, I call dibs. I don't know. I just like saying dibs because it's fun. But bro, no, I saw some of the pictures, man. Like Micro Machines, you can't find that anymore. Like when I saw that, my whole childhood flashed in front of my eyes because I was like, I used to have that, but I also had the Batwing and I had the AT-AT. And even though the ones that they did really nicely weren't really playable with because they're always in one pose, the cars were always fun.
Yeah. Well,
I want to thank you for saying AT-AT and not at.
Yeah,
AT-AT, all-terrain armored transport, correct?
Thank you. Yes.
Did you see the latest thing I found? I found a Jurassic Park two-pack figure. I think they were the Coelophysis or something. Those little tiny lizards.
It's a Cephalosaurus, the ones that ate the dude when he fell down the mountain in that one.
Yeah,
The Swarmers.
It was a two-pack of them, like sealed and everything. Even the back of the cardboard stock was in perfect shape. Like it was just weird. My dad had just had it stuffed in a box somewhere, and I was like, "Holy shit! Well, look at that." I was never a big Jurassic Park fan, but finding that, I know it's actually worth something to somebody. So.
Oh, bro, you could honestly hold an auction for some of that stuff that you don't want to keep, and you would probably make a killing.
Well, I'm going to wind up putting a lot of it on eBay. So
except that Darth Vader, because I'm just a guy. But yeah, I was doing clean through my collection here. I don't know if I showed this to you yet, but I do have the sleeve it came with, but these are still sealed.
Nice.
Oh shit! Look at that.
Nice.
Don't get that shit.
No disintegrations. Yes.
They sold a lot of characters for the original trilogy that didn't even have any speaking lines.
Don't matter. They could have done a bounty hunter anthology series instead of the Mandalorian, and they would have had enough stories for at least 10 seasons.
Well, they were actually doing that right around the time of Phantom Menace and stuff like that. They were actually re-releasing some of the old characters from the original trilogy, and they had Bosk, they had Dengar, they had Forlom and Zuckuss, they had, of course, Boba Fett, IG-88. I have the IG-88 and I have the Boba Fett one, which was the Escape from Carcoon.
Oh shit!
Yeah, they did a bunch of those.
Yeah, I have a bunch of old OG Star Wars toys. I have no idea who they are. There's like some dude that's like in a white
That's Luke Skywalker.
Something. No, he's like a fat dude with white stuff on his head, and he's got like
That's
bandages.
Dengar. That's
Yeah.
Dengar.
And
Yeah,
then there's like
That's Dengar. That's a bounty hunter, bro.
and then there's like the green dude with the eyes that pop out of his head, kind of, that I think is
Greedo?
also, no, like that has
Bosk?
like his eye. No, Bosk was
Hammerhead.
the lizard guy. This guy, like the green, his eyes were like out of his head,
Oh.
kind of.
That green guy from Star Wars. That narrows it down. That's like saying the guy with the lightsaber. That guy. Remember that guy?
Well, it's like I can't use more descriptive stuff, but he wasn't a Greedo, and he wasn't one of the main. He's probably on screen for a second. Is kind of what I mean.
Like he had eye stalks.
It's
like-
probably one of the bounty hunters too. I don't know. My point is, I don't know who the hell they are, but I had toys of them. Like, and that tells you, how much more they, because you look at any sequel trilogy toys, and it's like, what the hell? Yeah.
You guys remember vinyls, right?
Oh yeah.
A what'll? Just kidding. Records. Oh, nice.
Oh shit! Look at that.
Oh shit! Hey, Steven, did you see some of the 45s that I posted in pictures?
No, I did not see any of them. I got to turn on notifications for you, but I hate. There's only one thing wrong with this thing, and I'm going to show you right now as soon as I find it.
Everybody should turn on notifications for Tommy. Shit.
It's ripped, but it still had the insert,
Oh,
Nice.
or what's
look
left.
at that.
Cool.
Not really, because it's missing half a Leia.
It's missing half a Leia.
I only got one tit.
Yeah, I found over there. I found some of these 45s. Do any of you guys remember the read along 45s?
Yes, I do. It's
Oh,
when
yeah.
you had the book, and it would have the noise every
Yes.
time you're supposed to turn the page. Yeah, I remember that.
Yep. I had there's a couple of them. I got like Indiana Jones, and there's Spider-Man, there's Batman. I think there's a Superman.
I want to see the Spider-Man, dude. If it's Spider-Man, I don't care.
Well, that'll have to wait till I get home because I didn't actually take a picture of that before I wrapped and boxed it up. But yeah,
I had a
whole
couple
bunch
really
of-
shitty ones where the record wasn't even a record. It was like a piece of like floppy shit that you pull out of the back, and it's like a fruit roll up, and it barely made noise.
Oh yeah,
American Graffiti. Look at that.
that's awesome.
No. I think the Kubrick will kick your ass. Even.
Yes, Clockwork Orange. That is such an underrated movie in my opinion.
Well, it turned off a lot of kids from Milk doing About It Good, right? Because this is laced with acid. Yes, they're all laced with that.
Real savage with the in and out. Yes.
But that's cool, bro. I can't believe because you thought so that's the original Spider-Man. You think if it's on a 45, right? That's 60 Spider-Man Adventure
Yes,
Time.
that's the old school stuff. Yeah,
Bruce Lombardo here with some advice for Rook. He says you should read Bounty Hunter Wars, the trilogy.
That was an incredible series of books too.
I had no idea they had. I figured they had Bounty Hunter comics. Did not know they had their own trilogy.
Yeah, they had their own trilogy of novels, and the really cool thing is they do tie-ins with stuff like The Empire Strikes Back. Like there's a scene in Empire Strikes Back, most people would overlook it, and it's in Cloud City. I'm not going to give away what it is, but there's a scene in there with one of the bounty hunters, and you would never know about it, really, unless you read the book, because you would have never looked for it.
Hell yeah.
That's my
Explain it.
favorite. I swear to God, you guys remember Dolph Lundgren's Masters of the Universe, though, right?
Oh God,
I'm
that was
so-
terrible.
No,
Skeletor.
No, shut up for a minute. No, don't diss that He-Man. It was still good He-Man for what it was. But it didn't look like some of the prosthetics and the character like makeup they used looked like they got it off the rejected bounty hunters from Empire Strikes Back.
They might have.
Yeah,
Like
like this-
Michael Myers' mask was fucking Captain Kirk, so who knows?
Well, that was a very low budget film, so yeah,
They made it money though.
A lot of those companies do that. They take props from other movies that are basically toss outs and they ain't worth nothing, and they repurpose them.
The chick
Random
that was always
Brad.
screaming with the weird neck, that chick was freaky.
Oh yes, yeah, okay,
Yeah, Random Brad with the save. So I know exactly who you're talking about now. Actually, I think that race had its own like Senate pod and
Yes,
the
they
fucking
did.
prequels. Yeah, and they were upset when the Trade Federation was accused of blockading Naboo. Yeah, this is a great fucking show. I hope everyone's a Star Wars nerd. Otherwise, you can fuck off.
Yeah. So speaking
Well,
speaking of Masters of the Universe, one of the things I shouldn't have done, and I wound up doing it anyway, because I wound up running into a lot of change. My father was a damn collector and hoarder of everything, and one of the things that he hoarded a lot of was state quarters, thinking they were going to be worth money. And 90% of them are worth the face value. But I wound up cashing them all in and got a little pocket change, and I wound up spending them on those retro re-releases of the original Masters of the Universe figures. So I got the He-Man, the Skeletor, Tila.
Is that the one with the
Superman.
chest that when you punched it, it went to battle damage?
No. This is these are retros of the first series that were released.
Oh shit!
And I even picked up a Battle Cat. Now the only difference is these are more posable, so they got like knee joints and they got elbow joints and they got movement at the wrists. So, but they look just like the original. Even the packaging reminds you so much of the originals that it's like spot on. It's really good.
Can I tell you now that I hate you? No, because you remember he's talking about the ones that actually had articulation. He can move the limbs.
Oh, yeah.
Battlecat wasn't stuck in one pose. That was like literally, if your brother or sister pissed you off, all you do was grab Battlecat by the tail, and you would give him a concussion with Battlecat.
Oh, you would.
That's how brutal Battlecat was, because it didn't move. It was just a hard piece of plastic stuck in that one pose.
Well,
like
that was actually repurposed from an old toy line called Big Jim.
Really?
Yeah. Big Jim was like I guess you would say it was kind of like a zoo type play set where it had this Big Jim figure was like as tall as a GI Joe or whatever, the old GI Joe, the 12-inch GI Joes, and then they had these big like cats and lions and all these elephants and whatnot. They had all these different animals that he would have.
Yeah.
For the play set. So what they did is they took the tiger from the Big Jim series and they just repainted it and it became Battle Cat.
Okay, what do we got here, Steven?
That's the one I was trying to remember. Karg.
Oh.
You remember this
Damn,
one?
look at him.
That's a her.
That's a her?
Yep.
Oh, man, you're going to need how many drinks before you would do her?
There's not enough drinks in the universe to do that.
What if she gave the best head in the galaxy?
She has a big enough head that she doesn't have to give anyone a head.
She has a vice grip.
Hair. Yeah.
You know what? You need to get that picture of Stephen Walton before his enema off the screen.
Well,
that's what you need before and after of an enema.
Let's go ahead and do
I had Funko Pops and I got all the original Master of the Universe set from there, and that's worth a few pennies. Like just the Disco Skeletor from Comic-Con.
Oh, man.
About $400 US.
There you go.
Damn, Random Brad, really nice. Got his OG boxed up somewhere. His old Battle Cat.
I hate you, Brad.
Well, I've been like looking at the weird part of the internet again, and apparently they're still on about this race swap stuff. And whereas we swapped Nick Fury to Sam Jackson, now they're swapping him back to the white Nick Fury. Yeah.
Are they trying to become unwoke?
I don't know. Either that or they're like trying to pump up the.
Do you think maybe this is their way of trying to bridge the gap that they've created, this big divide between all the different fans who want to see the original comics and the people who just love the MCU?
Wait, that Nick Fury looks wrong. He doesn't look like a ginger.
No, he dyed his hair black with shoe polish.
No, but wasn't the original Nick Fury a ginger in a floating chair?
I'm pretty sure, like back in the 60s, right?
Even Spider-Man on Fox Kids, I could have sworn he was always. Is the eye patch on the wrong side too?
Well, he didn't take shit from a Flarekin, you know. And I don't know what's going on with this. Who's
On a
this?
side note, it looks like Pennsylvania is almost $200K ahead for Trump.
Oh, I wonder why they're not reporting
They don't want to.
that. Nah, I got some of this stuff going on here. Probably have to refresh.
Toby Moss slid into the chat. What's going on?
Hell yeah, Toby Moss. Appreciate you showing up. We're just going to be kind of checking back and forth on this. I don't want to harp on the election too much, but
I know I was up till 2 on comics divisions. We were looking at that.
Jesus
But
Christ.
I don't care anymore. By the way, the world's fucked. But the Nick Fury, no. Why do you have to have the pew hair?
Do you think he would take shit from a Flarkin, the white Nick Fury?
Doesn't matter if he would take shit. It's whoever writes him as a character is going to make or destroy him. That's the problem. It's the writers that are making these characters look like jackasses. It's not the actual imagery.
Well, plus he's shooting Glocks. I don't know.
Well, I remember the original Nick Fury. I mean, he did have the white hair and everything like that, and he was part of what was called the Howling Commandos team, and that was supposed to be based from World War II. And yeah, I mean, he was very adamant about carrying those 45 ACPs.
That's what I'm saying. You know, just a little historical accuracy. We got Parrothead joining us. Hail, Parrothead. Appreciate you showing up. Yeah. We're slowly creating a show here. Appreciate that. You know, and
hey, y'all, make sure you retweet this out. Send it out there. Let's get some more heads viewing this. If you don't mind, thank you so much.
Yeah, he was a ginger. I'm not gonna lie. Even in the Howling Commandos, he was a ginger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and so it's weird. It's weird enough when they're swapping around characters who are fictitious, but this thing I found, Jodie Turner, and this is the fucking Daily Mail, the trashiest fucking website ever. But Jodie Turner Smith is going to be portraying the Queen of England.
Ooh, fuck.
Yeah.
Really?
What's wrong here?
Yeah, that's what bothers me. Okay, like we can't have if you're white and you're doing a historical character that has a little bit of a tan, you're automatically trying to appropriate culture. But hey, if it's a white person and you're trying to appropriate their culture, it's considered
diversity.
That's
diversity.
Yeah, it's not diversity. Yes, it's not bullshit. It's not diversity. Diversity doesn't matter when you're literally saying my way is correct, but doing it the same thing but opposite is not. That's not diversity. That's betterment than another.
Hey, you know, here's the thing that really pisses me off when you talk about this kind of nonsense is these people think that it's okay because, oh, well, you know, it's just a black person. It shouldn't really matter. But here's the problem. When people actually watch a lot of these films, a lot of people take away from these films that they think it's historically like that. So history winds up getting changed a little bit because people's perception of what history looked like is now altered. Yeah. And there was a comedian. Oh God, he was in Batman.
Jim Carrey?
No. He played the reporter in the Batman.
Hold on one second. You're talking about Knox. You're talking about Knox.
Somebody?
No, his character name was Knox. Reporter. Keaton Batman. It was Knox or Knox. Yeah.
Robert Wool.
That
was his name, Robert Wool. Pretty sure he was the one that was in Batman. He was the reporter. He's
the one that had it bad for Kim Basinger. You know?
Yes.
Go to dinner with me.
So anyway, yeah, he said that, you know, when myth becomes fact, that's when the truth is destroyed. Something to that along that lines. You know, he's basically saying, you know, if you tell the fable long enough, that myth, it becomes fact. And that's kind of what they do with some of these movies. You know, they sit there and they re-portray these roles in a light that they were never really meant to be in because they're not historically accurate, and then all of a sudden everybody thinks that's the way it really was, and you wind up rewriting history that way. I mean, if you look back, you look at like Paul Revere's ride. Paul Revere made it like, what the hell was it, like eight miles?
Yeah,
and that was it. And he got picked up by the British. He never made that damn ride, but because he was a name, and they wanted to use a name when they wrote the story, that story wound up becoming a fact to most people.
It was Robert Wool, and he played Knox. Yeah, I did get that right. He was the reporter that was always hitting on Vicky Vale.
Okay.
Yeah, but I agree. It's like if you manipulate people's memories enough with history, the history that we're supposed to learn lessons from is no longer a learning lesson. It's just another bunch of figmented stories and turns into a fairy tale. That's why they're trying to destroy and ignore history by destroying statues, because those are precedents of memory, of history, and how we have bettered ourselves from those people, from what they've done. You can't just say it doesn't exist because you don't like how history was. History's there for one reason, to teach us to not repeat it. But all they're doing is repeating it in another fashion.
Well, that's one of the things that the Fandom Menace has been dedicated to, is the use of media and entertainment to alter perception of, you know, either historical IPs or, in this case, actual fucking history. And I wonder what would happen if we took somebody like George Washington Carver, who invented the steam engine, and peanut butter and made him a white guy, what would the reaction be?
Why don't we redo Roots and we do it all with white people?
No, we should do it with Mexicans and orange.
with Irish people. How about that?
Oh yeah, we can. And the main villain of that movie can be potatoes.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. I mean, the way it was is the way it actually should be portrayed. I mean, if you're going to go after these people from history, portray them how they were, show them respect. I mean, it's the same thing if you do something. If you do something like on the other side of the coin, if you were doing something for Rosa Parks or like you said, Washington Carver or Frederick Douglass, any of them, portray them and make them look like how they were and how they actually acted. Don't sit there in Hollywood, put the Hollywood spin on it just for the sake of, oh, well, we got to make it more diverse and we got to give more people chances to do these roles. No, bullshit. It's just like that crap that they have. What is that Hamilton?
No, for fuck's sake.
Where they do Hamilton and they put all these people like of multicultural into those roles, For what purpose? What purpose does it serve doing that?
Oh, because white men can't dance. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, nonsense.
Like white men can't jump. Yeah, but it's also going back to that actress who was still colored. I'm sorry, I'm not going to say the other one, but he got angry because she wasn't colored enough for was it for Nina Simone, I believe?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you remember that fucking fiasco? I'm like, you shut up. You can't keep appropriating or putting the just because this person's black, they should get all the black roles. Because if they're a shitty actor, there's going to be a shitty actor. It doesn't matter if the role doesn't make the person. The actor makes the role. It's like Jamie Foxx when he did oh god, was it Ray Charles?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx is a good actor, and he studied. He did a lot of work to become Ray Charles. You don't just go, oh, you're black? Well, here's a role. You can be Martin Luther King in the next $9 million film. No. Don't work.
See, I'd say the only way that they could ever do that is if it's intended to be a parody of some kind.
Yeah, but if we do a parody, it's considered racist because you have to even have a black director at this point. This is where these people are going.
Yeah, but I mean, more on the lines of like even something like Braveheart or The Patriot, is depicting something that's even historical, but it's not really being accurate to it.
Oh, no, not even close. No, there's
like
a lot of them like that. A lot of them.
Yeah.
If you look at 300, like I know it was based off the comic book, and they went off the comic book, but if you look at that historically, it is so far skewed, it doesn't even make sense, and it does not line up with the original reports of what happened during that battle.
No.
Well, same thing. Toby Boss brought this up about Braveheart, too. Same thing.
Yeah,
go ahead, Rob.
I didn't see that in there, but yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. It's like things can be made like that, and they can be good. Like, a lot of people enjoyed Braveheart and Patriot and all that, but it's like it's kind of known that that's not depicting the real event as it was. I would think like not everybody's like, this is what happened for real. It seems like it's kind of known. Like I don't know. I feel like I'm trying to say in a way if they're not saying that this is the legit representation of it or something, then I'm okay if you make it, but don't claim that this is how it is going to be now, so that it's clear.
Can I ask the question though? Were there even black people back then in that time that were treated as equals? Wouldn't this throw the whole historical reference off?
Well, there was practically no black people actually in England at the time, other than like indentured servants and stuff like that.
So she was magically impregnated by Black Jesus, and then she
because when they were talking about stuff from like the King Arthur type period, the Arthurian legends and everything like that, when they did that curse show, there was no black people running around in England like that at the time, and it you can look it up. It's historically inaccurate, but they run with it anyway, just so they can get those diversity points. It's kind of crazy. Oh, and Parrothead, yeah, I seen that. When legend becomes fact, print the legend. The man who shot Liberty Valance. That is another really good statement right there, and it's probably where Robert Wool probably got his from. But
all right, yeah. And I propose we do a Kennedy movie, but make Kennedy black. Let's see how many of them freak out when they get shot by a white guy.
No, let's make him Asian.
Well, let's do a Martin Luther King movie.
He can't drive. He just crashed before he gets shot.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm canceled now. I just said a stereotype. My bad.
Yeah,
Well,
but
but
I don't
it's
know.
crazy.
I agree with everything you guys are saying, especially. I was just saying that if things exist in form of parody, I think that that's where it can thrive, if that's what they want to do. But I know their whole intention that they always do is trying to say, reshape it to have that be what it is, even though it isn't. That's what's annoying. But it's like,
or they make
because when
really-
you said 12 rules of or the like roots or something, like
Yeah.
that would be funny. I think it would be funny to see a cast replacement of a different variety, or in reverse.
Using saddles to do roots. That's what they needed to do.
Yeah, but that's kind of what I'm saying is that the type of content that they claim they want could exist, but not in the way that they want it to, because they want it to replace what it was. They want to misrepresent what it was.
But it was already parodied, right? Didn't Chappelle do a good skit of Roots when he was getting whipped? And he was like, "Oh, goddamn, man, that hurts! Stop whipping me!" Like literally, he did a skit of it.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I mean, is that you can have some bizarre angles like how they want to, or to change it. Like if they had King Arthur as a from the Bronx black dude, that'd be a funny type of parody. Like, and that's what
I want to do. I want to do the color purple with all Eskimos. I mean, sorry, Inuits.
Exactly. Like it's everybody's a midget or something, and then
I want you can have the movie doing the color purple. That's what I want.
Well, hey, Rookie, here's the difference between the way that they're doing it now and actually the way they used to do that back in the day. Because during the 70s, they had what they called the blaxploitation films. And they had a lot of those roles that were traditionally white people or whatever filled by black people. Like one of the first ones that always jumps into my head is Blackula. And you know what?
Right.
Nobody really had a problem with that because it was done in a context where they weren't trying to say, oh, well, this is based off the original story.
Exactly.
That is fine. Yeah. That is cool.
That's what I was getting at. Exactly.
Most of these movies, they try to protect themselves with the blanket statement of this is based on true events. So they say, oh, well, we're not saying it's really true events. We're just saying it's based on. No, you shouldn't even say it's based on true events if you're going to take that much of a slant from the original story. Just say. You could even if you said you got your inspiration from true events, would sound better than saying it's based on true events. Because once you use that type of terminology, people start assuming that it's more real than not.
But I also want to say that this portrayal of Queen Anne is historically inaccurate, because I think Jodie Turner probably has a nicer rack than Queen Anne probably has.
It's her dress that's throwing me off. It makes her look like a pregnant banana.
She's pregnant, yeah. She's a little bit pregnant.
She has a slouching problem. She's like, I'm trying to stick out my dick, even though I don't have one.
It's fucking ads are killing me too, man. Yeah.
Look at the picture of Anne right here. She don't even look impressed. She's like, that bitch is trying to take my beaded headdress. Fuck that heart.
And this old lady's all crying on the side. Yeah.
I can't wait for the Black Mona Lisa rendition. That'd be great.
Well, sure. And this is one of the things that bother me. Frozen 2. I have a daughter. I don't know if you guys have kids. Frozen 2 had black people also in medieval Europe way back in the day. And I'm not saying that they never happened, but they never rose to stations of royalty or anything like that. The only thing I could think of that was like remotely historically plausible was Kevin Costner's Robin Hood, where he's in jail with Morgan Freeman.
But that was well done, right? But that was based off Robin Hood. It was a fairy tale / whatever the real story was with Nottingham himself.
Tall tale. But they showed him actually in Mesopotamia with a colored person and dragged him there on a boat. It wasn't just like Morgan Freeman's the fucking Duke of whatever the fuck.
But, like, that's the thing though. Like, why aren't they going after Transformers? Going, oh, we need more black Transformers. I'm like, how the fuck does that work?
No, they always kill them off or make them really dumb.
You want to solve the people feeling like the black actors aren't getting the short of the stick? Just start making a whole bunch of horror movies where they die last, and you're solved. You got all the racism solved right there. Just make sure all the black people die last.
Dude, there was have you guys seen Trimmer 7?
Is that the one with Shrieker Island with the guy with the really bad teeth that kept doing bad teeth? Yeah, it was like watching a really shitty dentist.
It's really. I hate that freaking movie big time. But something funny is that there's 2 actors in it. There's they're supposed to be the natives or on the science team that's like black, and the other chick's like some form of Asian. They have no speaking roles, but they're in the film the majority of the time and survive it. And they cut to them to have their reactions to something, but they don't say one line of dialogue at all. Like it was funny. I'm just like, well, wait. So
the last time that happened was I think it was Michael. Which Michael Myers movie was it where they were filming inside the house and the guy was doing karate kicks against Michael Myers?
Oh yeah, that was oh Jesus, what was that rapper's name?
That was non-relevant. DJ non-relevant, I think, because I don't remember his name. It wasn't Ice Cube. It wasn't Coolio. Was it?
Coolio? No, it wasn't Coolio.
No, Coolio. I think it was Gangsta's Paradise, wasn't it? With Pfeiffer.
God, no,
That was a song.
I feel really bad that I'm forgetting who it is.
Oh, that's okay. You'll get called racist by
Well,
the end.
I remember they had LL Cool J as a security guard in one of them.
He kept writing that stupid fan fiction for his girlfriend. Yeah, that worked. And he got killed by a shark years later. That's great. We're going. Yeah.
Right. Well, did you guys caught the first episode of the second season of Mando?
I did, and it focused too much on member berries and not enough explaining people who don't know what the member berries were, so people can feel attached to the episode. And the goddamn music when they were
I remember who it was. I remember who it was. It was Busta Rhymes.
Oh shit!
Oh, look, I'm gonna go bust if I care.
There seemed to have been a giant graboid in that episode, but no, I didn't watch it. The last, I could barely get through Mando season 1. To be honest, I did find him disintegrating Jawas to be surprisingly funny. I guess in episode 2 of season 1, but like I so far find it kind of boring.
They're trying to do nostalgia, but right away, when he first lands after the shitty music they chose for him approaching Tatooine, that was really bad placed. When he landed at the shop, that R5 droid that came out, that's the original R5 from
the Bad Motivator. Yeah,
yes.
That's what I thought too.
Supposedly, the speeder bike for wannabe Clint Eastwood of Tatooine, that's a pod racer, Anakin's pod racer.
I heard about that.
Yeah, it felt like it was all over the place, and I don't think they had enough time to make that set look like it was actually in a desert area because it looked too clean. No sand scars, no nothing. It looked like it was a styrofoam village just placed there overnight.
Why do they like to have the settings in a desert?
I think they do most of their stuff on that pre-projected green screen. I think they do most of their effects with that because they can just load up any place they want. But if you honestly go back and look at that one scene, if you remember how Tatooine used to look, it's a rundown like most ice for general. It's like a scoundrels and nerf herders, and it looks run down. Here it looks like, hey, we just got a repaint job from what's that show where they buy you a house and renovate your house?
Flip My House, or
yeah. It's that one where the family gets taken away for what? Yeah,
Pimp My Crib or something.
Yeah, that's it. Pimp my Tatooine. But it just felt like I know where Favreau's going with it, but he's trying to put too much without any explanation to people who don't understand it. If you didn't play KOTOR, you don't know what a Great Dragon is, or you don't know what the Pearl is. If you didn't watch the prequels or enjoy the prequels that much, you're not going to pick up on the pod racer end. The same thing with the Mandalorian armor that's supposedly Boba Fett's. How the Jawa's finding it. There's just so many things that. Even you guys saw the secret scene at the end, right?
With with Boba Fett with the unmasked.
Why would you spoil his face so early in a new season?
Well, and it's interesting because you did say member berries, but I have a couple of casual fans or normie fans that I work with, and the one dude was like, yeah, they didn't really the action didn't really pick up until blah blah blah, and I was like, well, what about Boba Fett? And he goes, who know? So I don't know if this episode in particular is the one to hook new viewers.
I don't like the red with the green. He looks like a walking Christmas tree. I swear to God, it bothered me the whole episode. I'm like, what did you do, rob Abercrombie and Fitch and then put on fucking Mandalorian armor?
I thought he was like in a jogging suit underneath his.
It looks like he's wearing a onesie that you wear at Christmas.
No, he's gonna lace up and go jogging in Central Park or something.
Like he's like he's about to Vogue. What the fuck?
Why are they banking on Boba Fett to draw people in? I mean, he was
member berries because Pablo's gone, I think, right?
But I mean, still, in general, with normie fans, I don't understand why they think, oh, Boba Fett will draw them in. It's like they might vaguely care.
They're hoping to draw in the old school fans. They're hoping to get that back again because they see that they've lost it, and they see with that all the old school fans that they've lost a significant amount of revenue because the old fans are the ones that are buying all the merchandise.
Yeah.
It's not these new fans. These new fans ain't buying shit. They don't care.
Let's point something else right here because of this picture right now, okay? Look at this picture, okay? He's literally wearing armor, and he has open spots where he can get killed and shot, like in his intestines area, okay? So he's pretty much, I'm wearing Mandalorian armor, except for the parts where it counts, motherfucker.
Is he wearing an ascot?
No, he's wearing an ascot from Scooby-Doo. But
That's what that looks like.
if he gets shot in the gut, he's dead. He's wearing Mandalorian armor, but not covering up the rest of himself with proper protection. So how has this guy been protecting this village from sand people who use slug rifles, which are hard
With scopes.
Yeah, with projectiles. And guess what? The one guy who takes the shot at him when he's telling his backstory, well, they shoot him in the head, and they didn't say, hey, look, he's not armed in the arms or the legs or the gut.
You could take him out with a knife.
You can take him out with another ascot.
We have to give credit for this scene for the representation because right away Din Djarin says, take off that armor right now. So you got your LGBTQ plus.
Check my strip music.
Yeah.
Stephen, there actually is an explanation in the original EU why they actually went with a more slimmed down armor that didn't cover the entire body completely.
Yeah. But if he got this armor from the Jawas, it's not about that. If he's here protecting being the sheriff of this village, you would think to make sure at least most of your extremities or important parts were at least underlayered. He could have put some kind of underlayer on there instead of Santa's onesie.
Yeah, and try to appear intimidating in public at least, so people fear
the
you.
lore between the thinner armor, so you're more maneuverable, like the whole Batman with the Nolan. How you want lighter armor, so you're a little bit more maneuverable, but you'll be more.
Yeah, but I don't think it was really so much the protection that it was offering. I think it was the reputation that was behind the armor, because at that point, how many people in the wide galaxy of Star Wars knew who Boba Fett was and his reputation. So that alone, I think, is what he was banking on to help him win more than the armor.
They did show in that flashback scene how the entire cantina shit their pants as soon as he walked through with Boba Fett's armor.
Well,
but then again, they didn't shoot him in the arm or the jugular.
Yeah, but they all thought he was dead, and they see him
fire the rocket, and he looks like he's presenting like a cat. It kind of threw me off. I'm like, really? And they even took the sound out of Luke's X-wing for the first New Hope when he's shooting at the Death Star into the 2-meter hole. But when he's using the targeting device, if you listen carefully, that's the same sound from his X-wing.
That is very astute, Fat Steven Seagal.
Thank you for saying fat. You just wanted to say fat. You're a bastard. Stop that.
Well, it's in caps. I'm reading your name.
I know, because I'm screaming fat.
That's okay. Well, don't get all excited.
I'm sorry, man.
We know Tommy's giving you a little chub with his
Tommy
collection.
gives a chub every time he talks. I love his chin.
Yeah. You stop getting all kneaded up with anger.
Can we rub pubic hair and call us a fire?
We're gonna slap the waves and
it's like, I love Star Wars, but the whole thing with Mandalorian, as much as they're trying their best, they have Disney's reputation of destroying shit when it came with Rian Johnson. Excuse me. Over their heads like a dark cloud.
Well, we still have to thank you for punching him in the face. You're welcome, and it looks like Bruce agrees with you because I'm not sold on the new writers for Star Wars. I'm really all right with not watching it. There's a ton of great EU books that I would rather read.
You didn't come in riding in a dinosaur.
Now, you know what? I mean, I can't be the only person that has still refused to watch this stuff. I mean, I know Bruce is saying
I haven't. I have never seen Rise of Skywalker. As soon as I saw in the crawl, the Empire, the Palpatine tweeting, I turned it the fuck off.
You know what? I never watched The Last Jedi. I never watched The Last Jedi. I never watched The Rise of Skywalker. I only watched Rogue One and Solo because I had a friend of mine who kept harping on me about how great Rogue One is. It's really good. You should watch it. You should watch it. You should watch it. I watched it on Netflix, and I found so many problems with that movie that I went on a rant of why it's a piece of trash. And people just like, oh my god, how can you say it? It was the best movie ever. Here, I did a video. Watch my video, and I explain why it's bad. And I had people tell me, Rookie, great, thanks a lot. You just ruined Rogue One for me, and I'm like, I'm glad I could help.
So much with it. God, the guy in the theater fell asleep next to me with it, sharing my same boredom. The opening scene alone, there's a lot I could pick at.
I would rather watch Chewbacca's grandpa masturbate for an hour than sit through this shit.
Let me tell you something. I went out publicly on my video and I said, and this is a bit of a kick to the balls, as I said, I think Solo was better than Rogue One.
In some ways, I'd say maybe I have to think about that one. That's
it had Chewbacca.
Comparing the two.
They had Chewbacca. That was the best part.
Yeah, but they also, I don't know. They did some cool stuff with them, sure, but also, I don't know with that one. I'll think about that one. There's moments in each one. There's like few moments in each one that are fine, but the majority is all not too good. But I don't know. Something to go in depth in the future.
I don't know. And one of the things that still sticks in my craw when it comes to Disney is one of the things that I've never let go of, besides the fact that they attack me on my own channel over copyright claims all the time, and I had to fight them off. I had to set the mouse on fire before he left me alone. But that, and I sent a bunch of guinea pigs down to Disney World and Disneyland to chew off some toes. But,
yes.
The whole thing with that kid still sticks in my craw with Ollie and that gravestone. That has not left me. That kind of shit. Like everybody's saying, oh, well, Disney's putting out some good content now. We should support them for putting out good content. No, fuck them.
Can someone direct me to
the Mouse House Inferno? I am not going to watch any of their shit. They need to come out and publicly apologize for the shit that they did and make amends for it before I will even think.
Tommy, I have to disagree to a slight degree because the chicks that are now of age, that are now having their OnlyFans for the Mickey Mouse Club, are worth Disney content.
I think it's rodent envy.
The only good Disney content is what was her name? Zoe or Zia or whatever her name was, the one that caused the controversy because she has her OnlyFans but used to be part of Mickey Mouse Club. Honestly, that is the only good Disney product that has come out.
Well, Fat Steven, there's no sense watching them on Disney because in a few years after Disney has tricked them out, they're going to be dancing on poles in local bars. So
yeah, I know.
Just wait for them to pop up then.
Yeah, they're going to get the Saved by Bell treatment. And speaking of Saved by the Bell, have you guys seen the new trailer?
Oh God!
Because the worst part is I'm seeing it, and they have the original cast now as teachers, right? But I'm like, I remember you. You were naked in that shitty movie.
How are you? Your tits.
Yeah, I've seen that.
For what movie?
Okay. You're getting an erection. I'm not talking to you right now. But you remember Jessica Pascal, the one that got addicted to the caffeine pills? Ooh, drug episode.
Right. I feel so scared.
She was in a movie called Showgirls, which was pretty much I want to show my tits, and I don't want to be related to and I'm going to show myself dry.
That was with the Saved by the Bell chick, right?
Yeah, that's what. Yes,
yeah.
That's what Jessica Pascal.
Right. Okay, yeah.
I know, whatever. I don't care. That was the nerd.
Well, Tiffany Amber Thiessen got fake tits, and I'm pretty sure she did a pictorial.
And Screech is still in jail for the samurai sword incident.
Yeah, Screech knifed a motherfucker.
Do you notice how he's not in that trailer at all? What happened to Screech? Well, he knifed a guy. That's a great story right there.
Dude, they should have him on the show whenever he gets out and have him be all like fucking hardcore and just like, yeah, you thought I was a nerd? Fuck you.
Like that's
why just bend over Lisa right there in the Max.
Like you guys see the Animaniacs trailer, right? I have some hopeful faith in that, but it's on Hulu, and I'm like, Hulu's owned by Disney, and I'm like, yeah, fuck.
Well, there's ways around that.
Yeah, it's called masturbating in a cup and telling someone it's espresso. That's exactly.
So it's weird. I keep on hearing like, so this is my favorite scene right here with Tusken Raiders. Anakin's just fucking slaughtering them, but there seems to be a need to humanize them in this show, and I heard a comparison like they're supposed to be the natives of Tatooine. So when like all the spacefaring civilizations come down, they get pissed off and it turns into
no, it's not that. They're getting pissed off because they roam the land. They treat the desert as one. They live off the desert. What they're pissed off is outside people coming to that planet and using technology to farm the water holes and etc. It's not about the space they're taking. It's the fact that they're using technology when they don't use technology. And I could be wrong, but I'm guessing this is how the religious spiritual belief.
Don't the Tuskens use technology? They're rifles. That's technology, right?
No. You're not. No. there's a difference between like electronic technology and what would this like? It's like comparing a musket to a tablet. Yes, it's a certain type of technology.
Okay, mechanics. Well, when you
yeah.
said technology, I mean that's very broad, I guess.
That's why I said I'm probably off subject, but you know what I mean though. Am I wrong on this, Tommy?
No, that makes sense. I gotcha.
No.
It has to do more with the technology they're using on the Tusken Raiders' land, like their watering areas and their water resources, than it has to do with them actually taking the water. Because I think if they actually approach the Tuskens respectively and say, hey, can we share this water resource, it probably would have gone better.
Well, it doesn't help that they were presented as like animalistic savages up until this, the Mandalorian, because there was another episode where they were sitting around doing sign language over the fucking campfire.
I don't know. It's like they captured Anakin's mom instead of killing like they normally seem to do. I wonder what they used her for, because they seemed to
moisture vaporators.
Like I guess so. But yeah, I know. Yeah, more. This is probably one of my favorite scenes out of the Attack of the Clones as well, especially when the music builds up after his mom dies and he goes on the spree. Freaking love that. Freaking love that. But I'm gonna head out in a sec. Yeah, this was pretty fun. Nice talking to you guys, Tommy and large Steven Seagal. And
body positive Steven Seagal, you bastard.
Body positive Steven Seagal.
That's what Cameron Pasha called me, and I kind of liked it.
Yeah. Okay. I wish that Steven Seagal had.
We had him on our show a couple weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
He's a very nice dude, man. Like you talk to him, and he'll talk to you forever. He's great.
That's kick ass.
Yeah,
I'm gonna head out. Hope y'all survive the chaos that erupts from these days.
Oh, Jesus.
Everything. So
$50. He's gonna go watch Showgirls.
If only. No, I'm gonna go eat some chicken and not watch Showgirls.
Hey, it was a pleasure, rookie.
Yeah, good talking to you guys. Yeah, keep it cool. Tommy, keep your clones in check. No, just kidding.
Never.
Yeah, later.
All right, everybody, check out the Rookie Critic. He's got a fantabulous YouTube channel. Yeah, he's been a buddy for a long time, man. He's actually one of the only YouTubers I've ever met in real life because we live in the same state. So good guy. He loves his cookies. He loves the ladies. So go ahead and have yourselves a scrumptious dessert.
Well, what is it? Is it all 7 of him that looks good?
All 7 inches.
He's got multiple personalities.
It seems like it.
One for each inch.
Well, okay. So you mentioned the crate dragon pearl, and that was something that, again, it's a member berry, but not everybody seems to know where it comes from. So why don't you go ahead and elucidate?
I can't go into full depth because even my memory's slack on this, but it was pretty much a quest reward in KOTOR. And it was also something else referenced, I think, in the Old Republic game that it was also used to fashion and craft lightsabers.
Right, like it could focus the blade potentially as well as a kyber crystal.
I don't fucking know. I'm pretending to be.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was actually used to change the color of the blade.
Yeah, I think that's it.
So maybe it has something to do with the dark saber. Do you think?
Well, no.
Nah, that's old Jedi tech.
No, this is pretty much a KOTOR quest. That it's pretty much almost point for point with the KOTOR quest, but if you don't play KOTOR or didn't know what KOTOR was, and you're seeing it, it's like, what the fuck does the pearl have to do with anything? Why is the pearl more important than the meat? And I'm sorry for swearing so much, but it would lose a lot of the audience being like, I don't know what's going on right now. Why do they want that thing that was in the belly?
How fucking dare you swear on my channel?
No, but you know what I mean, right? It's like
I did.
I understand what Favreau's doing here, but there's no explanation. They could have been like, the Crate Dragon's been attacking for a while, but what's the Crate Dragon? And they could have done a flashback like they did for Captain I like to wear red tights under my armor. They could have done the same thing.
Hey guys. I got somebody that's actually sending me tweets, and they're saying that there's a breaking article, and it's saying sources are calling for a Trump win, 30,000 votes above Biden in Arizona, a state that they had already called for Biden last night.
Oh, shit.
Interesting.
He just won Georgia.
Gotta update. I don't trust Google. It's been showing me the same thing for like.
No, they're not going to show the actual correct stuff. But he should win because there's no way in hell. If you watch the Crowder stuff today, they were showing people like they were blocking the windows of the counting area and shit with Bristol board.
Oh damn.
Well, here's a funny one. So I was talking to my aunt and my uncle were generous enough to let me stay at their place while I'm cleaning up my father's house because
Nice.
it's a disaster. Like, I mean, everything is messed up in that place. It took me a few hours to get the toilet working good enough to be able to use that while I was over there. But they allowed me to stay here, so I was talking to them about everything about the election a little bit today too. And they're like my aunt is like really upset about it, and she was telling me they got the voter tracking here in Jersey, so they could actually see where their vote went. Their vote was received, but their vote was never counted.
Yeah, there's also Sharpie Gate going on because they're not supposed to use Sharpies because it bleeds through the ballots, and they were handing out Sharpies in multiple areas and states.
Mm-hmm.
There was also votes where if it was incomplete or illegible, they would finish them themselves.
Yeah. Oh, did you see the one where they had the person sitting there at the polls telling anybody if they're here for the challenging with a Republican in this state, you need to leave right now?
Yeah,
and
they were trying to
forcing people to leave.
Yeah, they can't. They can't block challengers, but they were doing it, and the challengers are there for one reason: to maintain some type of peace. The Democrats are going to lose. Like, I just don't get it. Like, accept that if you win or lose, just don't cheat. It's like playing a video game when you're trying to win money. You don't go out of your way to ruin it because you know you're a shit player.
Oh, or like all the books that they used to put out on how to easily win the game.
Yeah. Like tips and tricks when they had the game power for Nintendo and shit.
I mean, half the fun of playing a lot of those games, at least for me growing up, is discovering it all on your own. Because it just makes it that much more satisfying when you actually get through it.
Yeah, what's bothering me right now is it's showing that in Pennsylvania, Trump supposedly has 50% of the vote. Yet they still haven't added it.
Yeah,
I think CNN's going to be out of a job if he wins again. I think that's why they're scared.
They're going to drag it out, and they're going to drag it out. That's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to drag, because Pennsylvania already reported that they plan on keeping it open until at least Friday, counting votes.
Of course they
are. Really?
Yeah, because they can always add an extra 100K when people are sleeping.
So, here's my question, and this kind of stupidity. If you have an election day, what's the point of even having it if you're going to still be counting votes way after the fact? Now, if you can come across with this whole, oh, well, it's the bug flu and it's this, that, and the other thing. Well, you know what? People knew about that shit way in advance, and they should have planned for it accordingly, and they should have got their votes in a lot earlier, not waited until the last damn minute.
Yeah.
Tough shit.
It honestly just looks like sore losers trying to not be sore losers.
Yeah, there's it's like open warfare. They know shit, cannot accept a loss. And
the only thing this is doing for most people is realizing where to move. So if you want to move to a red state, there you go. There's your map to where to move.
You know what? I mean, here's what I'm really hoping. I'm hoping that however this winds up going down, that Trump gets to stay in office, and all these little soy boys and these little twinkle toe bastards that are sitting out there riding and burning shit in the streets, they all wind up freaking getting sad. They got to pull off the Scooby-Doo mask and go home and sulk.
Oh, until their parents kick them out.
Yeah.
So, what would you guys do under a Kamala Harris administration?
I'm Canadian, so I will come down to the border of my country and start laughing and pointing at all of America. That's how.
Oh, you got off easy.
I'll be like our border. No, I got Trudeau. I got my own shit to deal with.
I was just about to say that Trudeau ain't that fucking
goddamn motherfucker says live on air. Fucking free speech has its limits. Then it's not free speech, you dumbass.
Nah.
I think people, they just don't understand what the word means.
No. It's not like, hey, guess what? You order chicken nuggets, you get some free speech. It doesn't work like that.
What about you? What about you, Tommy? Are you excited for a black female president?
You know what? I wouldn't care if it was somebody who had some common sense, not somebody that's got like a bucket head with a paintball running around in it because oh man,
She just looks entitled. Like if you remember that debate she did, right? She just sat there nodding her head or shaking her head, like I'm a woman. I don't care what you say. I'm going to be right, and I'm still going to be president. I don't care.
You know what she reminds me of? She reminds me of that vulture from the old Bugs Bunny cartoons.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what she reminds me of. She's an idiot, and she's a habitual liar. I mean, she sat there and talked about how she was all for decriminalizing marijuana and this, that, and the other thing. Yet her record shows that she had actually incarcerated more minorities for minor charges than any other district attorney in her state. I mean, so really, you're all for it now?
Oh, she is. She has to save face.
I mean, I don't think I've ever seen anybody virtue signal any harder than her. She's got the tops. If she was trying to win that award, she got the pat me on the back award for that.
Bruce Lombardo reminding us she ain't black.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. We're appropriating assumptions.
Like, what is she? What is she, like? Less than 50% or something?
Is she
might be.
Golden out of her ass?
I have to look this up.
Is Kamala Harris black? That's a great Google search right there.
Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, that her father was supposed to be from Jamaica.
Someone telling people.
Great idea. Is Kamala Harris black?
Oh, well, that's inappropriate, Bruce. Wow.
Is she black or South Asian?
She says Indian, but he put dot head in brackets.
Oh, so she's an Indian with a dot, not a feather. Gotcha.
One has less turquoise jewelry than the other.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
She switched from Indian American to black. She's the first black woman and Asian American on a major presidential ticket. She's daughter to Shyalama Gopalin and Donald Harris, who is Jamaican American.
See,
Okay.
I was pretty sure he was from Jamaica.
American?
And it's a fact. The way that we say beer can is how Jamaicans say bacon. That's a true fact.
Bacon. Can't go wrong there.
Yeah, so that's my theory. If Biden ends up pulling this off, he's going to be 25th Amendment within the 90 days. And then we're going to be stuck with her, and then Nancy Pelosi is going to be the fucking vice president.
So are you saying that the 25th Amendment is pretty much a competency check?
It shouldn't even have to get there. Biden saying in Pennsylvania.
I think he's fighting George Bush.
He probably does.
He literally said it live on TV. Oh, we're going to beat Bush. I mean, George. I mean,
yeah. And he thought he was running for the Senate.
Well, just remember that he's Joe Biden's wife, Joe Biden.
Only Joe Biden can marry Joe Biden.
I hear his healthcare plan is going to be amazing. It's going to be every household in America gets a lifetime supply of herbal essences. So if Joe ever shows up, he'll have something nice to smell.
Yeah. He is a fucking creeper. I never liked that guy.
She just
here's one of the other things that kind of makes me laugh when you talk about these people. Like he sat there and he went on and on and on about how Trump was going to take away Social Security and he was going to leave the seniors and people that are disabled out in the wind. I mean, they said the same thing in 2016 as well. And I know that there was an old footage of Trump saying that he was going to do that, but he never did. Yet Biden's saying that shit, and he was one of the ones that said that he wanted to get rid of Social Security as well. Yeah. He came right out and said it. Yet here he is sitting there slandering somebody else saying the same damn thing. You might as well just not even say anything because you know that stuff is going to be dug up.
Crowder made a good point when I was watching him say, Trump might have said some mean things about the Biden campaign, but he has never talked bad about Biden's voters, the people themselves. Biden has gone after Trump and his voters, the actual American people he wants the votes from. So you can already see where his eyes of respect land and what he actually thinks. And they're two different things. Because remember, if you don't vote for Biden, you're not black.
Damn Skippy.
Well, I'm glad that Joe Biden is here to tell us who's black and who's not, because I was starting to get confused.
That's the Batwoman actor who had to tell everyone, look, it's black woman. I mean, Batwoman. Oh, thanks for pointing out your color. Like, we can't tell.
Yeah, totally. Maybe they'll get a black Nick Fury to fight white Nick Fury.
Okay, we'll get Yin Yang Fury. That's great.
Well, I said this the other day, and I said if there's anybody out there who's black and they feel disenfranchised because of people like Kamala Harris and these other lunatics on the left, we can always send the cyborg guinea pigs out, and we can assimilate you into the collective, and you won't have to worry about identifying as black or white or anything. You'll just be a guinea pig.
There you go. Biden and Harris are the same soulless person. Both will immediately get on their knees for money. I agree, and I think that they change their speeches depending on which crowd they're in front
of. James O'Keefe just dropped a story about an hour ago. Breaking: Michigan USPS whistleblower details directive from superiors. Backdate late mail-in ballots all as received November 3rd. So they're accepted. Separate them from standard letter mail so they can stamp them with yesterday's dates and put them through. What the fuck?
They're really desperate.
With O'Keefe, though, it's never a lie, I've understood, because he's always gotten the truth, the undercover stuff. But damn, Michigan's fucked.
You know what? I mean, that right there, that goes to the Supreme Court, and yeah, they're going to get thrown out for election tampering, because they came right off and said, as long as it was originally, they said as long as it was stamped and dated on November 3rd itself or before, that they would still say it should be accepted. Now, if they're taking stuff they received afterwards and stamping and dating it, nope, that's tampering.
It is interference, federal interference. Even I know that. But like, just accept the fact that Biden might. Like, I don't get why you have to. They're going out of their way to manipulate an election. At least if you vote with Trump, like, it's the lesser of two evils, in my opinion, because you already know what he's done and you know what to expect from him. With Biden, you don't know.
Yeah, but here's the problem, Stephen. I mean, a lot of these people, they've been sitting in that closed room sniffing their own farts for so long, and with this whole Green New Deal nonsense, that they truly believe that the world is going to end in 12 days. Oh, I mean, 12 years. Oh, wait a minute. Hasn't it been 12 years for the past, 10 years or whatever it's been? And for as long as they've been talking about it, they keep saying 12 years. We only got 12 years. And every year that ticks by, it's still 12 years. I
remember when it was Y2K.
Oh, yeah, Y2K, yeah. That was going to be the end of the world.
Date for Ghostbusters 2, that was the end of the world.
Well, what about...
That's when Gozer comes back?
No, was it Ghostbusters 1.
Was it 2012 when the Mayan calendar ended?
Yeah.
And everybody said it was going to be the end of the world then, too?
And all we did was lose Justin Bieber to stupid music. Oh, well.
Parrothead
I don't consider that a loss.
Parrothead says USPS IG has contacted Veritas, and they're thinking about looking into that.
What is IG?
Instagram, yeah.
Why would they contact them through Instagram? You'd be worried about the FBI showing up at your office.
Because everybody has Instagram.
The United States
That's the latest sexy thing.
That's a federal crime. You're tampering with mail across state lines.
There's people on Instagram who pretend to be special forces.
Really?
So, oh, yeah.
I don't use Instagram for that shit.
Big time fraud.
Oh my God, this makes me want to pick up alcoholism just so I can quit it. Oh my God.
Then you could be fat drunk at Steven Seagal.
Oh, I can be fat intoxicated. Yeah. Oh my God, that's so much words.
Then that gives you like free reign to just stream of consciousness.
Oh, and all I need is a wife beater and a woman that likes abuse, and hey, I'll be set for the 6 o'clock news. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, no.
You know what? You would have the perfect excuse to sit there and just do a stream where you're just snoring on camera the whole time.
Oh, goody! I can look like a Twitch thought, but with bigger tits. That's just great.
They'll throw money at you for it.
Yeah, I'm not having any money from you thrown at me because I don't. I'll get danced. I'll get winded as soon as I start dancing.
So that's a Savage Perspective scoop. Steven Seagal is going to have his own OnlyFans, and if you yeah, you can listen to him read the news all drunkenly, and if you tip him, he'll show you his tits.
That's not true. You know what my OnlyFans will consist of? An apology going, sorry, I'm disappointing. I've already seen myself naked. I'm saving you the trouble. Thank you for your $5.
Right.
It'll be naked pictures of Kamala Harris. There you go.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, or so we had white Nick Fury and black Nick Fury fighting. I wonder if we can get white Queen Anne and black Queen Anne to fight. Just throw some oil all over them. It's a crazy ass world we're living in.
It's not that it's crazy. It wouldn't be crazy if people understood. Look, you're gonna get sick every year. Sure, the ones with immunocompromised and older, they're more susceptible. Yeah, they might die from it. But making the whole world fear-mongered and locked in their houses is not how you develop an immunity. A vaccine will only work once because viruses always mutate. And if you don't have your immune system mutating with it to counteract a new strain, you're going to be listening in your house next year.
Well, what was the country? Was it somewhere in Africa or something like? Was it Africa? Where they have a population of something like 55 million, and they had some of the lowest deaths in the world, and they never did a lockdown, but they were giving people that hydrochloroquine or whatever it's called.
Hydrochloroquine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were giving their people that, and they haven't had any problems at all. And then you look at America that had these massive lockdowns. What was the other one? It was like Peru or something like that had massive lockdowns.
And Spain just went back into lockdown. They shut down all the beers.
But Peru had I'm pretty sure it was Peru. They had the highest death count, and they had serious lockdowns, more than the U.S. It was more restrictive. I mean, the science is there, and they've had doctors come on TV and say the science is there. It's not working. But these pinheads, they sit there and they keep running with this false narrative, and then 90% of it is just to build up fear. And there were just a lot of talking about the Democrats actually did this stuff, that they put this virus in play, into Wuhan to create all this fucking this nonsense just to try to win an election. Now, could you imagine? Just imagine the implications if all that is really true.
I'd be like, it just means that you would have to revamp your whole government. I don't think we've gotten to that type of sci-fi thing, but it is a lot to think about. But even if the virus didn't come out, and you blame Trump because he didn't lock down quick enough, you blame Trump because he's locking down too much. But guess what? You're not solving the viral. And you know what? I go to the store maybe every other day. My dad lives, and he's like one of those susceptible. I wear my mask when I go in the store. I take my mask off when I leave this. I have not gotten sick. He hasn't gotten sick, but
you're breaking up, Steven. I think.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a little far away from the mic.
Yeah. Well, either that or you're pissing off the right people.
No, I'm just saying that this is a controlled environment to induce fear. And if it was that bad for the whole human race, why the fuck do we have an immune system? To fight shit off, right?
Well, yeah. And that's the thing.
To make the white blood cells to fight it for the next gen.
They're going to come up with some sort of mandatory vaccine, and that's going to be the thing that mutates your, fucking genetic code. We're not going to get X-Men powers, but we'll probably be one step closer to the
shit powers. Fucking Disney owns that.
Oh, that's right.
Strike us if we woke up one day with Wolverine claws.
I'd be the first one in line, but probably Ray beat me to it.
I just don't get it. I'm tired of the fear. The human race isn't meant to sit in a cell. And pretty much we've all been turned to a maximum security prison, all because government officials want power.
No, totally. And the thing is that they have to convince us to do it to ourselves.
No, they're going to reach a point where it's no longer to be convincing, and people are going to start rising up. It's going to be like a civil war. Because what it is government is trying to control a narrative and control its people because they no longer can handle the right of free speech.
Absolutely. And I guarantee this, if Biden ends up winning, watch millions of people run out and buy firearms. I don't blame them.
You know what? We've already apparently, since since all this nonsense started, especially with the rioters and all that stuff, it's been record gun sales everywhere. And you know what? It's not just the right, like a lot of these idiots are trying to say. There's a lot of people that are Democrats that are going out and buying guns because they're worried about their families. Yet they still sit there and they support this nonsense. Like, I mean, that has got to be the most brainless stance to take. You know what? I'm worried about my family, but I'm going to still support these people that are supporting these people that are doing the rioting and the burning and the looting. Yeah, that's like genius. That is like, oh my God, that's like saying that you're going to go into Jigsaw's house and you're going to pay him money to lock you up in a room so he could torture you.
Well, it depends. Is Jigsaw wearing a one piece or a two piece?
I don't think it really matters at that point.
Well, I don't know. There's some sexy puppets out there, you know.
Are you talking about Snowdub and K-Log again?
No. God, no.
Oh, of course not.
Hashtag the Cotton Connection.
I'm talking about like wheelchair Barbie.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you lost me as soon as you put wheelchair in there, and I have this
Oh,
problem.
they actually announced those Barbies. You don't remember this? It was like a month and a half ago or so. There's what is it? There's amputee Barbie. There's Mexican Barbie. There's wheelchair Barbie. I will pull up that article right now.
It's so
Yeah,
ridiculous.
sure. Let's take a look.
The last time I saw an amputee Barbie is because someone got too close to a lighter.
Well, amputee Barbie can't run away, so.
Oh no, she hobbles. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I'm not joking.
Well, you remember at one point they were actually saying that they were upset about the Barbie's figure because it wasn't representative of all women.
Oh,
So
great.
did they make a plump Barbie?
We would have transgender Ken.
They have Caitlyn Jenner,
No.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh, jeez. Got to go get one of them. That's a collector's item for sure.
Oh yeah. No. All right. Here. Pull me up.
Shit. What do we got here? Barbie just got more diverse as Mattel adds dolls with vitiligo and no hair.
Wheelchair Barbie, and there's
Holy
amputee
shit.
Barbie. I think I was joking, right?
There's Spina Bifida Barbie.
See the one with the ponytails? That's S&M Barbie.
Yeah. There's a Professor X Barbie. There's a the cancer
Barbie, Donald Trump tan.
cancer victim Barbie, and you might recognize her from Fight Club. She just wants to get laid one last time.
Yeah, my wish is you will rub my prosthetic leg until my vagina feels it. That's pretty much it. Right.
Shouldn't tree hugging Barbie come with her own chains?
This is Barbie, and this is Barbie. Barbie is the most diverse doll line. More hairstyles,
Yeah, because that's what.
skin tones, body types. We are Barbie. This is Barbie, and this is Barbie.
Yeah,
we
this,
just saw
this is bullshit. This is
Yeah.
this is what people think. Yeah, because you're 5 years old, you're a girl playing with Barbies, and you want to know why Barbie is wearing a prosthetic leg, right? Because that's what you want to learn about. There you go. Look at that, and then we got the skippers and.
Yeah, you see, they don't tell the story behind the leg where she was down on her.
These are gender neutrals. My bad.
She was working in a strip bowl. She was working in a strip bar, and she was going around the pole one too many times, a little bit too fast, and she snapped her leg up in a few different places, and they had to take it off. They don't go into the backstory of why Barbie's got that leg.
Well, where's like conjoined twin Barbie and
I don't know, but I would really like to see wheelchair
hydrocephalus Barbie?
attached to nitrous oxide.
Well, where's I Love Abortions Barbie?
Oh, they're still at the clinic.
TH pregnant Barbie. And,
Wait. Whose condom is this, Barbie? That's my favorite. Look at this shit. Oh, wait, am I sharing this still or no? Oh, no, I'm not.
yeah, you're still sharing that. So
what about all the whores out there? I didn't see camel toe Barbie.
Oh, because we even have Karen Barbie right here. Look.
Oh, blue hair.
And then we got the circle jerk Ken.
Okay. I like the dude bro Ken in the middle.
No, that's the circle jerker Ken because he's the one who.
He's the one. Well, you can see both his hands are at his side, so he's jerking off Kens. He's jerking off faux hot Ken and Barack Obama Ken.
We have black Barbie, Ethiopian Barbie here, and then we have white trying to appropriate black hairstyle Barbie in the back.
Right. That's what's her name? The black professor studies girl that got called out.
It's called
Immortal Coil. I would like to correct you on something. That is not the Barack Obama Ken. That is actually the Michael Obama Ken. You know.
Oh, sorry.
Before his name changed to Michelle. Yeah.
That's the Michelle. Yeah, exactly.
They call it coin roll Ken.
Oh shit! Look, there's cum stain Barbie. That's gonna make a lot of girls question their sex life.
Right.
And here we have
Barbie.
fast enough and goes too slow Barbie.
Right. That's what IED in Afghanistan Barbie.
I don't know. Technically, that could be also the new Flash Barbie.
Robo Barbie. I wonder how far up the Robo part goes. She has like a fleshlight under her skirt.
This is horrible. Where's I got beat up a lot in high school Barbie. Where's that one?
Right. Where's the
Domestic
you up underneath the
violence Barbie and Ken now with real wife beater.
Domestic. Yeah. Restraining order, Ken.
I'm sorry. This is like how my mom dressed me, Ken.
Totally.
Look, and he also has jizz stains. What the fuck is going on here with the jizz stains?
I'm doing my own laundry, Ken.
Each one of our Ken dolls will glow in the black and light so you can relive your favorite CSI moments of sperm stains.
That's right.
Not available. I wonder why it's not available.
That's not my baby, Ken.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's American Asian, Ken, isn't
There's
it?
$176. Are you kidding me? Good vibes only? Yeah, okay.
Well, I'm glad that these Barbie dolls aren't like $50 a piece. They're only like $10.
Oh, look, vegan Barbie.
Oh, there you go. That's
Looks like a munchkin.
I thought this was Flock of Seagulls Barbie.
now that's what like
Come
down.
on, Barbie. Let's go party. I like vegans.
That's anemic Barbie because she doesn't eat meat.
That's me. Yeah, meat is murder, Barbie.
Meat is murder, Barbie. Yep.
Like,
Holy shit!
Like, can you imagine if they did this to G.I. Joes next?
They probably will.
Can you
You know
imagine
what?
transgender Cobra Commander?
No, they actually just did, along with the He-Man retro re-releases. They actually started doing like retro re-releases of the old G.I. Joes, like just like you remember from '82. But with the articulation of the ones from like maybe like what 84 or something.
That is nuts.
You know, at least all these companies haven't completely flipped their lid yet. You know, I'll say that much.
Remember when people got pissed off at Lego because there was police sets that have been around longer than the riots?
Oh yeah, the police,
Oh, yeah.
the fire sets, the ambulance sets. Yep, they were all to be canceled.
They were trying to cancel Paw Patrol too. Fucking dog show.
I'm surprised they didn't go after like the LA light shoes because they like when you walk they lit up red. That's a police color. You can't wear those shoes.
We can't breathe.
Oh my
Well,
god.
you noticed McGruff disappeared.
I liked McGruff.
Yeah, I
He
guess
was a
he
drug dog, right? Or was it the Crime Stoppers dog?
bit off more than he could chew.
Was McGruff Crime Stoppers or anti-drug?
I think they used them for both.
Yeah.
And where's Smokey the Bear?
He's high with Cheech and Chong. Right
Well, when was the last time you saw the Trix Rabbit being chased by kids?
Yeah, that's always disturbing because most serial killer characters are either trying to get you to eat their cereal or prevent you from ever tasting it.
When was the last time you
what
saw
about-
Cookie Crisp?
What about the cop chasing the wolf
Cookie
on the
Crisp.
Cookie Crisp?
Yeah, that's Cookie Crisp. Yeah, when was the last time you saw that?
Remember Cinnamon Toast Crunch? There used to be 3 bakers, and then there was 1 baker, and now there's just like anthropomorphic cereal.
No, I think you're thinking the Keebler Elves.
The Keebler Elves. We won't even talk about them.
Oh,
That's not vanilla that goes in their cookies. Right on, guys. Well, I want to appreciate you for coming out. Everybody, take a look at Pleasantly Plump Steven Seagal and Tommy the guinea pig Locutus of Borg. And I want to say a shout out to the chat. We got Toby Moss. Thank you for showing up, buddy. We got my good friend Shellback, Knight of the Round Table, Brad, Random Brad Creator.
Parrot Head, Bruce.
We got Parrot Head in there, and then we got Bruce Lombardo. So, and then my good friend Billy Madison, he's in there somewhere too.
And thanks to Rookie Critic for stopping by too.
Thanks for Rookie Critic for showing up. And what do you guys got going on your channel? What can we expect from you in the next little while here?
Take it away, Stephen.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, this is what you get right here. This is what you're expecting. There's nothing else. We have Paulie, I think, on our show on Friday.
Okay.
Sunday is our welcome to Florida. I'm sorry, talking about Biden bores me and Barbie.
I understand.
And other than that, I'll just be on Twitter trying to not have people get pissed off. I don't know. I'm just gonna be me. I don't give a fuck. But I appreciate you inviting me on and letting me sound not as obese. But
Dude.
yeah.
But we're all about not giving a fuck and just being yourself around here. So anytime, man, you're always welcome.
Thank you.
Tommy, what do you got going on, buddy?
Not much. I'm probably going to be doing little updates here and there. I am planning on probably doing a very short video, like showing off some of those retro He-Man figures, because I am just so impressed with the way that those things were actually made that I'm going to have to do a short video while I'm up here. I just don't have the time while I'm cleaning up this house. And yes, Parrothead, thank you. I hope the cleanup goes a little bit easier and faster myself, but thank you. But yeah, I mean, with all this cleanup that I got in my dad's house, I've basically gotten through 3/4 of 3 rooms, and that's about it. And I've been up here now for almost 2 months. And I still have 2 attics to go through, floor to ceiling, a basement that's floor to ceiling, and then my brother's room. So I still got a lot of work ahead of me, but I think the major part of it is all done. There was a lot of paperwork between the living room, dining room, the kitchen, and my parents' room. But now that that's almost gone and out of the way, things should actually start picking up, and it's just going to be donate, trash, and bring back to sell.
Right on. Well, I want to say thanks for tuning in, whether you're watching live or on the repeat. Go ahead and lift high whatever it is you're drinking. Salud.